Okay, so Professor Debbie, can you start by explaining how you define forgiveness and how does this definition differ from simply forgetting or excusing someone's actions?
My definition of forgiveness is not a quick fix, simply to forgive and forget. Forgiveness to me, it's a pathway to human consciousness towards deeper connections with ourselves and with others. Despite all the modern technologies we have nowadays, we live in a very challenging time with a lot of brokenness and suffering in this world. Betrayals, trauma, broken families, hate crimes, violence, wars, just to name a few. There's the saying, hurt people hurt people. This is a vicious cycle that negatively impacts us personally, relationally, and collectively as humankind. For me, forgiveness is a very personalized and embodied experience. The nature of the violation, the intensity of the emotional injury, and how our own inner resources and the outer support system will help determine one's readiness and capacity to forgive. Forgiveness to me is a character strength and a spiritual practice, which requires tremendous inner work and perhaps the most beautiful soul work we can do for ourselves. No one can rush this process. Your pace and my pace can be very different when practicing forgiveness.
Right. So how do you think concepts of justice and forgiveness interact, and can someone forgive and still seek justice?
So justice and fairness are closely related terms, which means giving each person what they deserve. But justice is not revenge. It is a righting of a wrong according to a social or moral contract, either in accordance with the morals of a society or cultural practice. How does justice and forgiveness interact? It all depends on the nature of the infliction and the laws of the society. I don't have the exact answer, but I will make some reflective inquiries. Questions like, what will the justice do to you? What will it do for you? If you have forgiven, do you need to seek justice? Is it for yourself or for the good of the society? Will it help you heal? If so, have you truly forgiven? Or are you just waiting for karma to balance the scales, to give you a feeling of satisfaction? So these are the questions I would be most curious to find out.
Right. So, lastly, can you tell us if you could give one piece of advice to someone struggling with forgiveness right now, what would it be? I think I've put this question in more for myself because I feel like I want to know. So if I'm struggling with forgiveness, because I thought I had forgiven, but I feel like I haven't really. So what should I do?
Oh, thank you for this question. As I mentioned, forgiveness is a very personalized process. So, Danielle, I would say honor your readiness to forgive and gradually increase your capacity to do so. Don't rush it. But Also, do not wait for too long to allow the wound to be infested by the relentless bitterness, anger, or resentment. It is so necessary to release yourself from the mental, emotional, and physiological suffering. Prioritize your own mental well-being and do seek help from trusted family and friends or professionals. The act of forgiveness is really not for the other person, but for yourself and your own healing and the growth, so you can move forward in life. Do it for yourself.
Yeah, definitely. No, I agree. I think that was very informative. It was helpful. Yeah, I think, I am very quick to forgive, but I feel like sometimes things do come up, and then, everything does, sometimes it does come back.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I agree. Definitely better to forgive. So thank you so much for this.
You are most welcome, and I'm just so privileged to have this opportunity to comment on this very important topic on forgiveness. Thank you.
Thank you. We're equally as honored, and I'm looking forward to having you on again in future. Thank you so much.
Right.
So that was Professor Debbie Wang, who is a social worker by profession, a psychotherapist with a thriving practice, and an adjunct professor at University of Waterloo and Wilfrid Laurier University in Canada.